When we started out to build a Demon, we didn't start out to compete with anyone else in the industry. We started out working from our background and being the best version of what we could be, because we are completely different. We are not trying to be a sports car. We are not trying to be a pony car. We're trying to be a street strip muscle car, and there's no one else in that space. We decided very early on in the project that the key to success on this car was going to be the last tenth. And I don't mean the tenth of a second in the quarter mile. I mean that last tenth of effort that was going to push you beyond an interesting stat into a stat that had never been done before. I mean, you start at the top of the list, drag radials. No one's ever put drag radials on a car. They've been available in the marketplace, but they've never been put on a production car. That's a first that we're very proud of. Transmission. No one has ever put a trans brake in a production car. No one has used the air conditioning system to cool the intercoolers. The Demon engine is all new. It's not a tuned up version of our Hellcat engine. The only part that carries over is the cylinder head. We deck honed the block, which is something you see on high-end race car engines. New crankshaft, new connecting rods, new pistons, new camshaft, all new valve train, and a new larger 2.7 liter supercharger. So all of those things that make it a dedicated drag car, all of those things that make it awesome on the strip, you can completely modify. You can make this car as comfortable or as crazy as you want it to be. The two most common questions I get on Demon: number one, why'd you build a car like this? And the second question after that, how much horsepower does it have? And I always tell everybody, I'll tell you the horsepower, it's amazing, but I want to explain to you the full performance package and everything that that horsepower enables. I'm going to walk you through a virtual run of what it's like to drive a Demon. You strap yourself into a 4-point harness, take your red key, fire up the most powerful V8 production engine ever put in a car. Put your car into drag mode. Once you go into drag mode, your suspension is already pre-calibrated for maximum lift off the starting line. Activate your line lock. Start spinning your drag radials. Get them hot and sticky, over 200 degrees. You literally have dripping rubber off of your tires. You creep to the starting line. Adrenaline is flowing. You're pre-stage. You're 7 inches away from launching this car. Trans brake, check. Torque reserve, check. Yellow, 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 green, launch. You leave the starting line at 1.8 Gs, harder than any car has ever accelerated off the starting line. That force puts a ton of weight on the rear end of this car, forcing the front end up in the air. It pulls a wheelie. First gear, second gear, 0 to 30 in 1 second. Third gear, you're now at 60 miles an hour in 2.3 seconds. Fourth gear, 5.1 seconds, you're doing 100 miles an hour. Now things are starting to settle in. You're really getting into this time warp and things are happening so fast. You're getting close to the end of the track. You're now doing 140 miles an hour as you cross the finish line in 9.65 seconds. You have just driven this production car faster than any production car has ever finished the quarter mile. So fast, in fact, that after the NHRA certified that time, they banned it from competition. And it took 840 horsepower and 770 pound-feet of torque to do that. Being banned from the NHRA with this car at first sounds like a negative, but reality is it's really huge street credibility for this car. Even the National Hot Rod Association says you've pushed too far. You've done too much. You've broken a record that's not supposed to be broken in a production car. To me, that letter's a badge of honor.
It's funny, you ask any little kid to draw you a car and most likely they'll draw you a sports car. And in many cases it would be a Mustang. What's exciting about the Mustang is just the visual entertainment you get. The surfacing on the vehicles just is so voluptuous. As a designer / artist, I've drawn Mustangs on paper with a pen. I've painted it in acrylic, oil paintings. For design we use markers. I like colors. I like positive colors. Colors induce energy. The GT350 is in such high demand that it's difficult to get a hold of. Having worked on that vehicle program, I'm very excited that Ford is actually extending the build into the 2018 model year.
Hi, my name is Nico Varis. I'm design manager of Mopar Design here in Product Design Office here in PDO. I'm going to take you through the 1971 Shakedown concept car for a 2016 SEMA. This is a pretty cool project here. It's a combination of modern and historic elements. We took a 71 Challenger, Dodge Challenger body and infused the 2017 elements. So you can see the front lighting is from a 2017 Challenger that was morphed into the 71 body to give this modern feel. So the aura of the car is a pro touring effect. So we wanted to put a modern engine and modern suspension and combined it with an historic vehicle. Some of the cool features on the front is a front full width splitter. The wheels are slingshot Hellcat wheels. The front one was reduced in size by 1 inch. It's a 19 by 9.5 front wheel. And the rear is a stock slingshot Hellcat wheel. It's a 20 by 9.5, and it also has 6-piston Brembo brakes on it up front, 2-piece rotors. So again, playing up that modern performance aspect of it. On the fender, we designed a really cool 392 crate Mopar badge that kind of is sympathetic with the modern powertrain. So it's kind of a nice little detail on the side of the vehicle. Also to point out, there's an offset asymmetrical stripe that runs from nose to tail on this vehicle. We designed a cool Shakedown badge that goes on top of the historic 1971 Shaker scoop. So this scoop is a lot wider than our production scoop on the 2017 Challenger Shaker. If you notice, the drip rail along the DLO, the door handles, and the fuel doors all have been shaved off the vehicle to give this real clean appearance and this modern feel. Around back, you can again see the 2017 tail lamp from the Challenger. So what's really cool about this is there is a split line that comes through the lamp on the 2017 vehicle. We got rid of that lamp. The deck lid stops above the lamp here, and we were able to get this seamless appearance with the signature lighting on the rear, racetrack signature lighting. Mopar exhaust tips, powder coated in gloss black. And as we walk around the vehicle again, I'll pop the door for you. And again, there's no door handle, so there's a key fob to open up the door. The interior sports Viper seats. 2 Viper seats are custom trimmed by cat skin. It's got a Viper steering wheel, and again, this play on modern materials, modern components in this historic vehicle. So the shell of the vehicle, the interior is the same volume as the 1971. So there's nothing that was changed volume-wise or proportion-wise on the interior, but all these modern elements were placed into the interior. So if you notice, the center console has an inlay of carbon fiber. The IP cluster has an inlay of carbon fiber and black face Mopar gauges that are available through Mopar. In case you're wondering where the fuel fill door was, we remoted it in the trunk with a fuel cell. and that's where it is.
This is the Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 1LE 2018. Chevrolet has established a new performance benchmark with the introduction of the 2018 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 1LE, the most track-capable Camaro ever. Taking the track-focused 1LE formula to an unprecedented level, the Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 1LE incorporates racing-based suspension and aero technologies, as well as exclusive Goodyear Eagle F1 Supercar 3R tires. In preliminary testing, the new Chevrolet Camaro was 3 seconds faster than the standard ZL1 Coupe around General Motors' 2.9 miles, 18-turn Milford Road Course test track. The improved track performance is driven by 4 key factors: aerodynamics, adjustable suspension, wheels and tires, and last, lighter weight. The new Camaro ZL1 offers the supreme track experience. It's the pinnacle of Camaro performance and advances of the 1LE's nearly 30-year legacy, uncompromised track-tailor capability. The power behind the Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 is the 650 horsepower supercharged LT4 engine backed by a 6-speed manual transmission featuring active rev match Brembo brakes, including red calipers with the 1LE logo, and also includes the additional standard features including the dual zone automatic climate control, Bose premium audio sound system, heated and ventilated front seat, and heated steering wheels. Enjoy the drive. Check out how the Camaro is performing on the track. This is Ken for Cars and Technology. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. This is the 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. It is finally here. This is the highly anticipated Jeep entry into the Hellcat Hall of Fame. The engine is almost exactly the same as the one powering the Challenger and the Charger Hellcat. One difference, the oil capacity is slightly greater, 8.3 versus 7 quarts. The transmission bolts up a Quadra-Track MP3015C single-speed transfer case that's capable of varying the front to rear torque, splitting from 60 to 40% in trailer towing mode to 30 70 in track mode. Other cheap specific upgrades include the use of an electronic limited slip differential Outback Sporting way shorter gearing than in the cars. The housing is redesigned relative to the one in the SR8 with revised ring and pinion tooth geometry and a new 4-point axle mounting scheme to better distribute the enormous forces attempting to twist its way from the chassis. The front brakes are the biggest in the Hellcat SRT Pantheon at 15.75 inches. Appearance-wise, most of the SRT8 bits are unchanged, except where the fog lamps live in the SR8, you find air inlets in the trackhawk. The driver's side one feeds cold air into the engine intake, the other serves as an oil cooler. On the standard 8.4-inch Uconnect touchscreen, which features Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, are exclusive Trackhawk performance pages to monitor and record various performance parameters. The Jeep also offers a trailer hitch camera view that enables the driver to keep an eye on the trailer while driving. So how should the Grand Cherokee Trackhawk run? Well, Jeep's official estimates are 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, the quarter mile in 11.6 seconds at 116 miles per hour, with a top speed of 180 miles per hour. There's still no word on pricing, but applying the Charger's SRT to Hellcat Premium to the Jeep's SRT8 suggests an opening price of around $85,000. The car is expected to be at your dealership around spring of 2017 or late summer. Let's go ahead and summarize the spec right now. Again, a base price of about $85,000. Vehicle layout, this is a front engine, all-wheel drive, 5-passenger, 4-door SUV, 6.2 liter, 707 horsepower, and 645 pound-feet of torque. Supercharged 16-valve V8. Transmission is an 8-speed automatic transmission with a curve weight of 5,350 pounds. Wheelbase at 114.7 inches with a 0 to 60 speed in just 3.5 seconds.
The new 2017 Charger Daytona. Now, this is a really interesting car. There are two versions of this. One is being unveiled outside right now as we speak. There are two versions, a 5.7 liter version and a 6.4 liter 392 version. Now, if you're a real expert on our product plan, you look at this, you say, you just screwed up, Tim. That's not a 392. Yes, it is. This is the first time ever that we're using the full SRT appearance package on a 5.7. Now, for about $3,000 over the price of an RT Plus, you are going to get a lot in this package. You're going to get the full SRT appearance, the SRT hood, the full SRT front end, SRT rear end, and the side sills that pull it all together. You're going to get a 20 by 9 inch wheel, bigger than we've ever used on a 5.7, with 245 F1 tires, and a functional Mopar cold air intake. On the inside, you'll get a chance to look at it in a second, really cool accents. Leather and suede Daytona stitch seats, fantastic looking interior package, and new bezels inside. Get a chance to look at those closer in a minute. Now, if you think about what that's going to give you from an advantage standpoint in the marketplace, there are all of these things that people do to their cars today. The two things that they do first are cold air intakes, car has it, and a catback exhaust. So one very important thing, brand new for 17 that we haven't told anybody yet, is every 5.7 in a Charger and Challenger now, every 5.7 comes with a 2 3/4 inch SRT electronic exhaust. Never on the 5.7 before. So if you think about that customer, they buy a 5.7, they put a catback exhaust on it, they put a cold air intake on it. With labor and tax, it's about $2,000. For $3,000, they're going to get all that, plus all of the SRT appearance, plus SRT leather seats, plus all of the graphics that come with the Daytona. The satin black hood graphic, roof, and tail. Unbelievable value in the marketplace. Now you go to the 6.4, the value is just as amazing. On the 6.4, we take the car and we add the big, huge 2-piece rotors and 6-piston Brembo brakes. May sound familiar, that's the brake package off a Hellcat on the 6.4. We also add 20 by 9.5 inch lightweight forged aluminum wheels and 275 Pirellis. May also sound familiar, that's the wheel and tire package off a Hellcat. So what you're going to get with the 392 is essentially what's today's Scat Pack, plus a leather SRT seat, plus Hellcat wheels and tires, plus Hellcat brakes, plus a functional cold air intake, all for under $45,000. Unbelievable value in the marketplace. Now, the next car. I'm really excited about this car as well. This car also pays homage to one of our race cars in the past, one of our homologation cars. This is the 2017, you probably already guessed it because you saw the car outside, TA. This also comes in a 5.7 and a 6.4 392. Both cars are absolutely identical on the exterior appearance and absolutely amazing. Satin black hood, roof, and deck lid on both cars. This is real, this is not for the show. Optional Mopar hood pins, unbelievable nod to the past. A functional cold air intake. This hood is ducted, just like on our Shaker car, ducted to the Hellcat air box. Now, one other thing that we took from the Hellcat is you remember the air catchers, the false headlights. This car takes that to the next level. We have dual air catchers that are functional and feed cold air to the air box. So you've got cold air intake here, a Mopar cold air intake, and the dual air catchers. But we've also taken that to the next level with a signature nighttime lighting. This car actually has the air catchers lit inside. So as the car's coming towards you at night, it almost looks like you can see inside the engine compartment of this car. It's absolutely amazing. You need to get up and take a look at it when we're done here. In addition to that, you get similar features that you get on the Daytona. You get the Super Track Pack, performance suspension, steering, and brakes. You get the 20 by 9s and the 245s, the bigger wheels and tires. And you get the interior package with SRT seats wrapped in houndstooth cloth. For those of you that know about our heritage, you know the houndstooth is a very heritage cloth for this car. So absolutely amazing package. You then step up to the 392. The 392 is very similarly equipped. The 392 is going to have all of the appearance, all of the cold air intake.
All this